if we talk about diversity in black music, you cannot talk about that without talking about hip hop music as well. And we've been so blessed on this show to have so many amazing hip hop artists come on. And tonight is especially a special night for me, I think for both of us, because this next artist's music really speaks to a really great time in hip hop music.
Oh, yes.
When you could really speak to everything that was happening in the world. So much was going on, so much diversity in hip hop at this time. And in fact, I can't even wait to see y'all respond when this man performs, because we all know the words to this. I mean, let's.
How many of the people in the building 30 and over?
I know, right?
Well, you're really going to enjoy this.
How many people in the house is 40 and over?
They're really, really going to enjoy this.
Y'all get ready.
Look, and there was a time when hip-hop had a conscience.
Yes.
1989 was the number.
Indeed.
Another summer. See? Over 40. They all back there just jumping in. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we want to introduce you to one of the founding members of an incredible band from Newark, New Jersey. Excuse me, Trenton, New Jersey. I apologize.
It's Trenton.
I'm
She
tripping.
said, get it right.
I'm tripping.
Trenton makes and the world takes. Come on.
See, I was trying to take you to the Newark. I apologize. But they went by the name The Poor Righteous Teachers. And Lord knows that they rock a lot of funky joints. We want to introduce you to this man who is not only a hip-hop MC, but also a teacher and an entrepreneur. And he's going to come out here and tell us all about the things that he's got going on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please make a joyful Philadelphia welcome for Brother Wise Intelligent. What's up, fam?
Welcome. Have a seat and talk to us a little bit. Let's rap a taste.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. So, yes, straight from Trenton, my man.
Straight from Trenton.
And
all the way live.
Trenton, like so many cities outside.
Y'all put y'all city on the map, though.
Really and truly. But it's a great city. It's a working class city. Still has a lot of the challenges that are going on today in most of our cities here. Of course, all of you know we're coming off of a very violent weekend here in Cecilia, Philadelphia. And Trenton has a lot of those same issues and has been for very long. Tell us about coming up in that environment and how that birthed you into an MC.
Well, to put it in perspective, I mean, Trenton is only 7.5 square miles. 7.5 square miles, and there's about 100,000 people living there. So that's about 11,000 people per square mile. So, and then when you consider 71% of the students at the high school are living below the poverty line, you know that it's an area of concentrated poverty. So it's just poverty concentrated on top of poverty. So you're going to get what you get. So growing up in Trenton, it was what it was, especially at a time when the municipal budgets of the cities were depleted due to redlining, white flight from the inner city, the development of suburbs and things of that nature, government subsidized suburbs. So growing up in that environment, you have a lot of street time. We ended up with a lot of street time because there wasn't any real social safety nets. The after-school programs, the music programs in the schools were all taken out. So we growing up in this environment where we're in the streets, and at the same time, the CIA-funded crack game, the cocaine, flooded the community.
Speak on it, brother. Speak on it.
So it wasn't a lot of opportunities for us. The summer job programs were gone, so it made trafficking in illicit drugs look like a viable economic option for a lot of us. So we turned to the streets, we did what we needed to do. And a lot of times it wasn't just because we wanted to. It seemed like a viable option to help mom pay rent. to help put food on the table.
Just make
You
some
know,
money
so
to feed my daughter.
That's what it was, exactly. So, growing up in that environment, once you come into some form of knowledge of what's happening, you have no choice but to be an activist at that point. I think that we're all born into that type of environment. When you're born in that environment, you have to be an activist because you're actively trying to sustain your life, So when you start to see what type of environment you're embedded in, you become aware of it, you become conscious, then you start to do everything from that vantage point. And that's what happened with us with hip hop. So with hip hop became a vehicle for us to talk about the environment we were embedded in. And that's what it was for Poor Righteous Teachers.
Tell us the original members of the band and tell us when you guys got together.
Well, the original members were Culture Freedom, Father Shaheed, and myself, of course, Wise Intelligent. Me and Culture, we've been like brothers since we were like 11. We basically grew up together. Our moms fed each of us. You know what I mean? I'd go to his house and not ever go home. His mom would feed me. He'd come to my house, my mom would feed him. And then Shaheed became a member of the group later. Shaheed was like the illest DJ in the city. So we stalked him until he agreed.
He agreed.
Till he agreed to get down with us, So, and it took off. It took off. So today, Culture Freedom's in Tennessee. He's still doing music. He's still producing. And Shaheed, unfortunately, passed in a motorcycle accident. In 2014. So we still here.
We're looking at 30 years since the debut of Poor Righteous Teachers, and it doesn't feel like that long. I hate to throw the number out, so that's sobering, you know what I'm saying?
Because you look so young, brother. You look so
you
young.
look good, the black don't crack. But looking back on that, and thinking about, again, all of the different MCs that, came after you all, is it easy to see your influence? When you look at hip-hop today, can you see your own influence?
Yeah, it's easy for me to see it, and it's easy for real MCs to see it. MCs from that era, and MCs who study the craft. Because if you really study the craft, it's really only 5 MCs really that you can trace everybody's style back to.
Tell. Do tell.
5. Everybody
You
else,
got those top 5?
Everybody else came out of those 5. I didn't make this top 5. One of the top hip-hop producers in the culture, Ginsu Dean, he said that the 5 MCs were KRS-One, Rakim,
Big Daddy Kane,
Big Daddy Kane, Coogee Rap, and me.
Shit, all right. He said, I did not make this list.
I did not.
I didn't make the list. I didn't make the list up. I didn't make it up. I don't even put myself on list. I mean, I did a song.
You're an incredible MC, though.
Absolutely. In fact,
far before your time, too. Really, it was like you were light years ahead of a lot of MCs when you came on the scene. Absolutely.
In fact, I always trace back the time when I heard your song, when I heard Rock This Funky Joint, that was actually my first time ever hearing Islamic greeting ever.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam.
And you had tons of kids saying peace be upon you to each other.
Right.
That in itself, I feel, is pretty revolutionary. You talked about you didn't make that list, but you have made many top 10 lists as far as, you made a top 10 list as the top 10 underrated MCs. Do you feel that you received the respect that you deserved as a group over this time?
I mean, I don't even really look at it in those terms. I mean, I let the people decide that. If they say I'm most underrated, I guess I'm most underrated. I feel like I'm just emptying myself out. Whatever I have to offer to the culture, I'm giving it, and you do with it what you can do with it. If you see something in it that empowers you, inspires you in any kind of way, I've done my job. I've done what I set out to do.
Biggie Smalls has a line where he says, did you ever think that hip hop would make it this far? And here's 30 years, to when you first came on the scene, and now you're an executive and an entrepreneur and a part of this brand, Rap Snacks. Are you guys familiar with Rap Snacks? We wanted you to tell us how you got involved in that. And, so many MCs and artists, find ways in entrepreneurial spirit to bring hip hop along in other forms. And I think that this is such an incredible form to continue to promote and get hip hop into the kids, right where they are. So
Right.
tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Rap Snacks was started right here in Philly in 1994 by James Lindsay from North Philly. And
You used to have Georgie Woods popcorn and all that too,
James,
right?
now Georgie Woods was another brand,
Okay.
but he had Mr. G's.
Mr. G's, yes.
Mr. G's is
Hot
also
chips.
owned by
Them shits was hot.
right.
A Pepsi and some hot Mr. G's. Yikes.
Right. So when he launched the brand a few years after that, a couple years after that, we got together on the strength of him wanting me to help do commercials. He wanted the group to help him do commercials for the brand, and we did it. Black-owned snack company. There's not a lot of black snack. I mean, black people control like less than 1% of a percentage point of the snack industry.
But we eat a lot of snacks.
But we eat a lot of snacks.
We be snacking up.
Right. So it was a no-brainer. So Rap Snacks been around for a while, but since the advent of the internet, it took off. It took all the way off. I mean, Rap Snacks wings stronger than Red Bull wings right now. You know what I mean? So I started the foundation with James. We started the Rap Snacks Foundation, and I'm the president of that foundation. And what I'm doing is I've been developing entrepreneurship programs in our communities across the country, onboarding youth into different industries that are surrounding the culture. So what we do is we kind of identify a youth's passion, and we show them how there's economy without being a rapper. You don't have to be the guy on the mic. There's so many businesses surrounding that rapper.
Can you say that one more time? You don't have to be the guy on the what?
You don't have to be the guy on the mic. You don't have to be the guy in the front. The guys in the back are making more money anyway. So that's what we've been doing with the foundation. It's been doing good because we have like several different entrepreneurship formations. One around distribution, where we're teaching urban youth how to distribute products because we don't control any distribution in the country. We're teaching them how to retail because we don't control a lot of retail. I mean, in the state of Mississippi, we distribute to approximately 1,100 stores in Mississippi. Of that 1,100 stores, only 3 are black-owned, right? And they're all in our community.
In Mississippi.
Right? In Mississippi. And it's the same thing everywhere we go, and we're not even talking, we're talking about the stores, the actual stores. We're not even talking about the products on the shelves in the stores. We're not producing any of those products. So what's happening is our buying power is leaving the community at the point of purchase. So, they say, okay, these are under-resourced communities and these are youth from under-resourced communities, but my position is that our communities are not under-resourced. They're over-extracted. We have $1.2 trillion in buying power. 1.2 trillion, that's not under-resourced, right? But the problem is that money is leaving the community at the point of purchase. When we buy something, it's going to somebody that don't come from the community. Somebody else produced that product. Somebody else distributed that product. Somebody else is packaging that product. So what we did was set up entrepreneurship programs. It's called the Boss Up program, the Boss Up Initiative, where we're teaching youth how to create the products that we consume, but from the vantage point of the culture. Yeah.
Look, we talked about you being a conscious MC, who put a lot of messages of culture and blackness into your music in the very beginning when that may not have been the wave, and you made it the wave. What is your opinion on the state of the hip-hop industry now, and do you think that there is room for MCs to speak on the mic in that form?
Wow, that's a big one. Hip-hop, to me, hip-hop is the same as it's always been because I don't measure what hip-hop is or isn't by what's playing in the mainstream. So hip-hop for me and what hip-hop really is taking place in the projects on the corner. It's taking place on the underground. It's taking place where we at. We the culture. You know, we dictate what the culture is or what it isn't. But because a few major corporations decided to highlight the content or narrative of 10 rappers, that doesn't mean that's what hip hop is. It's just a piece of the culture that they decided to magnify.
Yeah.
You know, so we're basically a lot of times in conversations about the 10 rappers that these corporations decided to magnify, where there's another 100 rappers rhyming about things that concern black people daily. You know, so for me, I think that hip hop is where it's always been. It's just when we're talking about the mainstream, it is what it is. It's a corporation, it's an industry, and at the same time, they understand what hip hop is at the revolutionary level. You know, if you go back to our era, you know, it was like that era of hip hop motivated the largest percentage of youth to HBCUs in the history of the United States.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the most coveted article of clothing was an African Alliance HBCU sweater.
Yes.
Everybody wanted to have a college HBCU sweater, you know, and that's what was happening. They saw that happening. So they intentionally shifted the paradigm because hip hop has within it sort of a righteous indignation and ability to topple governments. And the proof of that, is the United States, the Secretary of State office in the United States, they have a cultural roads program where they develop hip hop acts, conscious, revolutionary hip hop acts, and send them on tour in other countries that they want to topple. Now, just before Syria started to shake, when the youth started rising up in Syria, Libya, Egypt, and all those places over there.
Arab Spring, is that what you're talking about?
Exactly, the Arab Spring. Before that started bubbling, groups like Chin Lo and the Liberation Family were sent on tours there funded by the Secretary of State's office under Hillary Clinton, right? And when asked about it, she said, you use all the pieces on your chessboard. And they asked her, they said, so you consider hip hop a piece on your chessboard? She said, absolutely. You know, and that's what they've been doing. They just got caught doing it in Cuba. They did the same thing in Cuba, trying to overthrow Cuba. They went to Bosnia and raised up some rappers from Bosnia and brought them into Cuba to do concerts that promote, anti-government content to try and get the youth to rise up against Castro and the Cuban government. So while at the same time, that same type of revolutionary content can't get play in the United States. It can't get funded, it can't get back, it can't address our concerns. You know, so we're in a real live war. Whether you know it or not, it's really real. It's not a conspiracy theory. These are all facts. You can Google it. U.S. aid conspired to overthrow Cuban government using hip hop. Google it. Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
I mean, y'all give it up because that deserves applause. Y'all make sure y'all Google that.
yeah, y'all wasn't expecting that.
No. But you know what, though?
We might need to go back to that era. We're going to have to go back to that era.
But you have not stopped making music. You have not stopped talking about the things that are important to us in our community. You've done several, in fact, I believe five
Solo records.
solo albums. What has been the vision for these albums? Has it always been the same? Has it continued throughout? And what is your plan and vision musically for the future?
Well, the solo stuff that I've been doing is a part of a 7-album box set that I'm almost done. I'm at the 6th period right now. I'm working on 6th period. It's called Back to School. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. I've already released 5 periods. 6th and 7th period are coming. These are legacy records. These are records that 50 years from now, when people are studying hip hop, they can go back and it won't just be Lil Yachty. You know, they'll say, well, black people wasn't just partying and bullshit, you know.
What a Lil Yachty that
Little
made that.
Yachty's parents are friends of ours. We're so sorry.
Lil Yachty's on a rap snack bag.
Little Yachty is on the rap snacks bag. We're going to air none of that.
No, we're going to air all of that.
I'm only kidding. But man, would you take us back to the era of your era and give us some of those classic Poor Righteous Teachers records?
For sure. I mean, we here, right? We're here.
We here.
We're here.
We
If you
here.
can do that for us.
Let's go. What we
I
got?
love it. I love it.
Did you have anything else?
Y'all give it, huh?
Did you have anything else for him?
I did not have anything else, but I think that I want everybody to not allow the things that were said tonight to go
Over your head.
unfollowed up. I want us to continue to find value in the wisdom of the artists and the teachers and those who have always sought to inform us. It's important for us to make that difference because they don't go anywhere. They don't stop. It's us that stop listening. It's us that stop teaching and keep moving it forward. So the idea here is not whatever happened to poor righteous teachers. It's let's come on and listen to poor righteous teachers. Let's listen to wise, intelligent. Let's listen to culture freedom. Let's continue to support that. So I want to make sure I make that known right at this moment, that did not get lost on us. That we're here to celebrate this man's music, but we also are here to uplift and elevate and amplify him and what he's doing currently. So that is very important to this program and what we want to do. So y'all give it up for Wise Intelligent.
Wise Intelligent.
Indeed. Y'all ready to party a little bit?
Trenton's
Back.
finest.
Philly, Philly, Philly. Let's give a warm welcome one more time to Wise Intelligent.
Okay. Y'all feel that? That's classic. We got sued for this sample, but it was worth it. Ward, slipping in the darkness. Time to get funky to radical hip as I get to the point. But wait a sec, the teacher's got to check the intellect. For some stepped in to give you it, but give you what? The P, the R, the T for often competition tough, but must not be just enough to manifest the fabric, mathematics, black be that of Asiatic, rock the joint, subtract the static, and edge you rock into my concept. And I got to stand for this wise, civilized, hip hop rhyme from a black mind, kicking it to you all the time. I salam, you like a more a peace sign, represents my way of life and this be that of Islam. I take my time, I think before I manifest a rhyme. I'm sharp and accurate to stop the music on a dime. Knowledge me a cappella, wisdom G, I'm manifesting, understanding, understood. There's no need for keep your guessing. Follow me now, see I be rocking. The second hit is ticking, still the posse don't be clocking. Controllers of the clock be ticking closer to the point. Ayo, hold up your arms if you love a new fashion and styling. Even though there's a posse on your stage, all we just go ball out in murder. So make me hear you say, whoa, say yeah, say whoa, yeah, whoa. This understand the style that I use when thoughts flow rather rapidly. PRT posse back at me, East and Al Star. You know exactly who we are. Poor righteous teachers, probably PRT for short. Now they want more. Or am I too much for the mental? Proceed, teacher, please. Just keep it sort of simple like hip hop. Yeah, complicatedly I place it according to the moods of my intellect. Step for step, I step a little closer to the point. Rock this funk. But I'm your teacher, I teach ya. Rocker when I rock ya. They kick out with five beats, a different style of hip hopper. Smooth like a wise word, spoken from a prophet. Rough like a slave trying to get away. See, I'm combined with two kinds of rhyme, trying to reach ya. Knowledge of myself makes me a poor righteous teacher. Stop to flip the topic, Islamically I drop it. My duty be to teach, so keep your pistol in your pocket. I self, Lord and master, traveling faster as I get closer to the point. Again, hold up your arms if you love a new fashion and styling. Me know, there's a posse on your stage, all we just go ball out for murder. So make me hear you say, whoa, say yeah, say whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah. But what is rap? What is rap, though? What is rap, though? But what does any of that matter if we're unable to answer why these motherfuckers clap for? Why the math be aligning when my baby sit behind me while I'm driving and that bullet pierce her window? What's niggas fuck from the get-go? Well, that depends on who you asking. Some be praying, others fasting. Some say emphatically yes, some say shit no. I guess all life is a struggle. How you live or die determined by how you see yourself inside of that fact. But when you don't control perception and your enemy's aggression, use your culture as a weapon, you accept that. Manufactured narrative and dangerous single story crackers packaged to disparage, hate, and subjugate you captive, so you brought low. Now broken niggas spread their ignorance on some talk show. Corporate thoughts like Mona Scott tell them be more hoe. If not for black love and hip hop, I would be heartbroken. Ease up, cause this is not a love ballad. Yes, I come pay tribute to Shaquila, cause she love me, word is born, sister love me, and I love her like no other before. Hey, I say I spend a lot of time with the queen I protect. Draw the sister close to me, take her deeper into depth. Say sister, knowledge God, that of queens your existence. You know hooker, you know slut, you know bitch, and she listens. You're the mother civilization, I hate when they disrespect you. They often disrespect you when they find they cannot sex you. I'm wondering what are they trying without knowledge of themselves. Shaquila civilized and she despised the drugs they sell. Shaquila's the black woman and she loves me like to death. When these savages try sweat, tell them I say this. Wake up from all those savage dreams, thinking that she's yours, not mine. Sending earrings and those silly chains, it's really just a waste of time. The queen is mine, mine. Wake up, the wise black queen is mine. She's mine, she's mine. Ease up. This one that I kick you about Shaquila, cause she need me. Word is born, the sister need me, and I need her like no other before. Hey, I tell you, strong be the vibe that combine us together. Love, trust, the truth, and hope like holiday forever. Biting no one's fruit and hope like how they don't break mine. Perfection proves the ignorant, love's not mine. Why? I see clearly daily, may be crazy about her. She's all this, she's all that. It gets great about the hour, not the acts of separation, though that's one of woman's powers. Like my guide to understanding, deep like woman's full of flowers. Who showers be the greatest of her showers ever dealt with. Reach the crescent of her soul, the bottom of her heart. Shaquila's deep like woman, and she loves me like to death. When these savages try sweat, tell them I say this. Wake up from all those savage dreams, thinking that she's yours, not mine. Sending earrings and those silly chains, it's really just a waste of time. The queen is mine, mine. Wake up, the wise black queen is mine. She's mine, she's mine. We love. Yes, sir. Yo, go, 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 Kindred, go, Kindred, go, 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 Kindred, go, 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 Kindred, go, Kindred, go, go, go.
Wise, intelligent.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. There's nothing like a polished, intelligent MC.
And that's wise, intelligent, wise, intelligent, wise, intelligent. Yeah.
Listen.
Them Jones is still kicking.
Hitting.